All right, good morning, traders. Today is January 3rd, 2025. My name is John Carrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody out there in digital land. Talking about all of you in Twitter, Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, all of my subscribers and followers. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for finding value in my content. I love that. All right, so my SPY pivot this morning is 585.15. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. SPY closed with a 2-hour downtrend and a 10-minute uptrend. SPY currently in a daily downtrend. Actually, all of the Fab 5 are in daily downtrends now. Okay, SPY made a outside day. That's a higher high and a lower low. Closing under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. QQQ, FNGU, both now in daily downtrends, made lower lows and lower highs, closing under bearish traps under the 17 EMAs. IWM and Diamond Dow, both in daily downtrends as well, made outside days closing under bearish traps under the 17 EMAs. Gold in a downtrend, made a higher low and a higher high, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Gold fighting off that downtrend. Keep an eye on that one. I don't like yesterday's candle, but on a pullback, I'd be very interested in some gold to go higher. Silver, also in a downtrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. So also trying to fight off that downtrend if they closed over the bearish trap, but under the 17. UNG, in an uptrend, finally doing really nice, made a higher low and a higher high, closing over a bullish trap over the 17. USO also in an uptrend, finally making a breakout in an uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bullish trap over the 17. US dollar index in an uptrend, closed near 109.25, just keeps ratcheting up higher there on that US dollar index. All right, let's take a look at some charts. All right, for this morning, yesterday evening, all right, came down here, tested this low right here on the 20th. The low held up. Let me just say, there's a gap underneath there. All right, so there's an open gap. So they could have filled that gap, but bears didn't have it in them to fill the gap, so we got to pull back. So we pulled back to this resistance area. We've kind of melted over it so far in the post-market, pre-market. So we have a daily a 10-minute uptrend already. All we need is a 10-minute green candle, as long as it's not a doji candle or a topping wick candle or a red candle. Okay, so to follow through with that 10-minute uptrend to the upside. All right, so green erase is red right here. You can see SPY price action in the post-market, pre-market, climbing that breakdown candle high right there. Okay, see that climbing up there. So it looks like they're going to go and attack it one more time up here, that breakdown candle high, to see if they can get up above it. All right, they came close, probably coming through this time. We'll see what happens. So there's SPY on the 10-minute. All we need is a 10-minute green candle, no dojis, no topping wicks. All right, so there's SPY on the 10-minute chart. Okay, let's take a look at the 2-hour chart. You can see price action. You got the yellow 3 EMA. That would be the faster moving average. You see, you got price candles and the 3 EMA underneath the 17, which is these red dots, and the 8 EMA, which is the white line, thin white line there. So we have a 2-hour downtrend coming into close. On the daily chart, we popped and made, we're still in a downtrend. Now, if we happen to take out this high, we will negate the downtrend and convert it to an uptrend. Got to take out that high right there. Okay, so there's SPY on the daily chart, still currently in a downtrend. Price action for yesterday, outside day, higher high, lower low, closing under a bearish trap. See the trap there. and under the 17 EMA, under the all-time high anchored VWAP, still up in the upper third, up here, actually up in quadrant 4. So there's SPY in a downtrend, but not moving up, and not moving any further down than probably the last 2 or 3 trading days. So we'll see what happens. Nice tail there, rally from there at the same time. So we do have some bulls down here. All right, so we'll see what happens. We found bulls here on the 20th. Yeah, that's the 20th. And we found bulls here yesterday. All right, that would be the 2nd of January. Okay, so you can see the tail and you can see the reversal right there on SPY for the daily chart. All right, let's take a look. On the weekly chart, okay, we'll take a look at it. Okay, we are still in an uptrend, all right? We'll probably be in an uptrend till we take out this low right here. Okay, it's either that or we have to either make a higher low and then take out that low. But we'll probably be, we'll probably be in a weekly uptrend till we take out this low right here. So this is about the first candle here underneath the 17. Everything else seems to be attached. So it's underneath this low right here, all the way down here at 510. We will probably be in a weekly uptrend. All right, so there's SPY on the weekly chart. Monthly chart, we're still in a monthly uptrend. It'll be a long time before we take out this low down here, which would be our monthly low. And that's all the way back at 354. Don't know if we're going there. It doesn't look like it. All right, so there's SPY on the monthly chart. Let's go back to our daily chart here. Let's check out a few other indexes showing a head and shoulders on SPY right now. Notice the head right here. This would be our head, okay, and our right shoulder and our left shoulder. So we're looking for price action to probably extend the right arm down here where the left arm is. So that's about 565, 570 area. So we'll see what happens. They got to break this neckline first. All right, let's take a look at a few other indexes. First one we'll look at QQQ. All right, QQQ made a lower, see this, made a lower low. All right, so they made the lower low, so they're now in a downtrend. Price action for QQQ yesterday, lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap. See, they closed down here. This is the trap up here. Okay, they closed under a bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. So QQQ now in a downtrend. FNGU, same thing. All right, lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap. Here's the trap. Here's the close underneath the trap and the 17 EMA. Okay, still up in quadrant 4, so still kind of quasi-bullish, just not moving up. So FNGU and QQQ now in a downtrend, just like SPY, IWM, and Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow in a downtrend, okay, price action for yesterday, outside day. It's a higher high and a lower low, closing, but where did they close? They closed under the bearish trap, under the falling 17 EMA. Diamond Dow still in a downtrend there, also showing a head and shoulders. Head being here, left shoulder, right shoulder. Let's take a look at IWM. IWM in a downtrend as well. They took out this low. So price action for IWM just kind of meandering down here on the midpoint, and actually currently in a bear flag situation. So they could come down a little bit further. Yesterday's candle, outside day, just like Diamond Dow, higher high, lower low, closing under, well, inside this bearish trap, probably under, or you can see it's inside right there, under this falling 17 EMA. Okay, so price action for IWM is a bear flag, and you can see that still in a downtrend on the daily chart. All right, let's take a look at our technicals, T2122. It was Mr. Toad's wild ride yesterday. All right, so here we are, price action From the 31st, we made a higher low right there. And then we convert, and then we turn around and made a higher high way up here in the buy zone. Bears threw us out, and we went airborne all the way over the buyer's chop zone, right into the midpoint, made another higher low, and then from there we could not get all the way back up there. We made a lower high, all right, and then went right through the midpoint here to come all the way down to the sell zone. So kind of like a full trip around the world here, going from sell zone over to seller's chop zone, buyer's chop zone, buy zone, back to the buyer's chop zone, back to the seller's chop zone, and then back to the sell zone again. So full 360 right back here at the sell zone. All right, so that's T21.22, T21.23, big bear flag hanging out underneath the 200, falling 200 SMA. Price action on this 15-minute, little bullish, not really bullish. You can see they're green candles, but they didn't get far at all with those green candles. All right, a little bit of red, green, a little bit of red, a little bit of green, and then a sell-off after the morning session, or probably about halfway through the morning session, and then we sold off into that prior all-time high right here. That's the thick green line. So T21.23 in a downtrend because they took out this low and this low. So T21.23 in a downtrend and showing an extended bear flag there. T21.23, same chart, only it's a 3-bar chart. Instead of under a falling 200, they're under a flat 200. Okay, bigger time frames are always more reliable. T21.23, 3 more green candle bars here, and price action closing again right underneath this prior all-time high right there. T21.23, 3-bar. FNGU, now this is the market mover here, right? FNGU, yesterday's price action on the 15 minutes, still caught underneath. Couldn't quite make it over that 200 SMA there. And we kind of got caught up with that and kind of got shot down. So there's that red lines, that 200 SMA. Price action for yesterday, and then we find ourselves underneath it on the 27th, the 30th, the 31st, and the 2nd. Maybe going into the 3rd. Maybe we challenge this downtrend line. Maybe we challenge the 200. We'll see what they want to do. Here's that breakdown candle high right there. Anyways, FNGU, all right, a little green in the morning, kind of bullish, got up over VWAP there for a couple of 15-minute candles. Then they just kind of lost it. And you can see wound up being red in the middle of the day, and then a rally into the close, where you can see a rally off of this bounce off of that anchored VWAP, which originates at this prior high over here. Okay, so price action bouncing off that. They've also bounced off this area twice before. You see that tweezer bottom right there. They bounced off of this support area before. So we'll see how far the bounce takes them before the bears step in and push it back down again. So there's FNGU. Nothing bullish there. Again, they're now in a daily downtrend. All right, let's take a look at a few sectors, and let's go look at precious metals. Let's start off with silver. Silver's in a downtrend, and you can see price action got silver down here in quadrant 2 from that rally up, deep pullback, quadrant 2. Price action just for yesterday's daily candle is a higher low and a higher high, closing over a bearish trap, but underneath the falling 17 EMA. So there is a 12-year high anchored VWAP made late last year. Okay, so you can see there's that 12-year anchored VWAP right there. Price still can't seem to recover that. We'll see what happens. All right, so there's silver. Still in a downtrend. They would have to take out this high right here in order to negate the downtrend and convert an uptrend. They got to make a higher high. All right, so there's silver still in a downtrend. Gold looking really nice yesterday. No, I'm thinking of something else. Thinking of USO or UNG. All right, so here's gold. A little bit healthier than silver. Higher low, higher high. Closing over the all-time high anchored VWAP right there. Not a 12-year high, but the all-time high anchored VWAP. Closing over the bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. Case gold still in a downtrend. They have to take out this high in order to negate the downtrend. All right, so like to see gold move up and hold some higher ground. Not quite getting it yet. Got some higher lows here and here, but we still need higher highs over the 17. Haven't seen it yet. All right, so there's gold. UNG. All right, there's UNG yesterday in an uptrend because they took out this high right here and this high right here. All right, and this high here. So UNG in an uptrend. Yesterday's candle would be this red candle right here underneath the arrow. All right, so that's a higher low and a higher high closing over a bullish trap and over a rising 17 EMA. Nice pullback here today. Interesting pullback. Almost like on the midpoint here, like kind of like an opportunistic pullback. Got some support right through here as well. Be a nice day to start legging into some UNG if you think UNG is going to have a good year. Right here at the support and the midpoint. Just something to think about. UNG has not been in favor for a long time. Okay. But right here, got ourselves a lot of lower highs here. So could see another rally back up towards $20. We'll see. I do like this location for UNG. So there's UNG on the daily charts. Take a look at USO. USO also in an uptrend. Finally breaking free of that consolidation wedge we had right through here. We had a consolidation wedge. Little triangle action going on right there. Breaking out of the downtrend line. See right there, coming back and testing the backside. And price action just kind of meandered here for a week and a half or so. Now we're starting to break out of this area, all of this resistance that's right through here. All right, so I like to see them about 2 or 3 candles up here. There's yesterday's candle, huge topping tail up. So like to see it find support right about this area right here, right on this minor support. I'd be really interested in picking some up there. They may bull flag right up here somewhere. We'll see. That will also look interesting. I'd rather have the pullback because that represents better price. But chances are they're probably going to bull flag up here. All right, because energy's looking good now. USO on the daily, again, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the 17 EMA. All right, let's take a look at SMH. SMH still in a downtrend, still consolidating over that all-time high anchored VWAP in the upper third. Price action, nothing really to jump up and down about. Higher low, higher high, closing over, looks like a bearish trap, and over the 17 EMA there. Okay, SMH. Still consolidating up here. That's bullish in this upper third. So nice look for SMH. Has not been moving up. Several tries to break out of this area, but no luck. But moving up and consolidating in a bull flag. That flag's really long in the fabric up there. Much longer than the flag pole itself. But still consolidating. That's a bullish sign right there. Just waiting for a breakout, just like XRT did. Let's take a look at XLK. It's our technology sector. Consolidating up in quadrant 4. Nice look for them. Now they tried to make new highs about 3 or 4 times up here. That is the all-time high right here made on 12/6. Okay, so last time they made a new all-time high was 12/6. But they did challenge it several times during the month of December. You can see price action maintaining a bull flag look up here in quadrant 4, just not moving up. Not in a downtrend, but still in an uptrend. Still looking good. Now they take out that low. All right, so yesterday's candle, all right, just put XLK in a downtrend because they took out, see this candle low right here? They just took that out yesterday. So technology now hits downtrend status. SMH, it's still bullish technology, and so is SMH. SMH is still in a downtrend as well. Again, they took out this low with this candle here a few weeks ago, right there. So even though their SMH is in a downtrend, just not moving down, same as XLK. XLK kind of made a lower low here, but still up in quadrant 4, consolidating. So there's XLK and SMH. Let's take a look at XLF. All right, here's the financials. Financials still in an uptrend. They would have to take out this low right here. All right, so in order to take out, they got to take out that low to convert to a downtrend. So right now, currently in an uptrend, but definitely not moving up. Caught underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP. It's been a long time since they've challenged it. Price action yesterday, outside day. You can see right here, closing under a bearish trap under the falling 17. Still up in quadrant 3. That's bullish. So we do still see some bullishness left in the market. We've got financials are up in the upper third, and technology in the upper third, and SMH close to the upper third. So there's 2 of the 3. The transports will be the last one. Definitely not in the upper third, and they carry a lot of weight. I know the financials in the technology sector carry a lot of weight as well, but you need those transports to show you product is moving off the shelf and getting lots of transactions. So that's what with transports in quadrant 2, it's not looking good for the economy. All right, so there's XLF, still in an uptrend, but not moving up. All right, let's take a look. XLI, industrials. All right, in a downtrend, they made a lower low here. They took out this low, took out this low, so they're in a downtrend. Just kind of dealing with some support and the midpoint of the quad lines there. So industrials, downtrend. XLU, same thing. Downtrend, dealing with the midpoint. Right there, price action for XLU, a little bit healthier than XLI. Higher low, higher high, closing over, looking like almost a bullish cross, but it's over bearish trap underneath the falling 17 and underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP. So both XLI, XLU in downtrends, they made lower lows right here. So they're both dealing with the midpoint. Let's take a look at XRT. Then we'll go see the transports. XRT. Wow, that's a nice candle. I don't know if they started there. That's today's candle. Yesterday's candle was an outside day. XRT making lower lows here. So like now in a downtrend, right here, making lower lows. So this is a low here, and they turn around and made a lower low. Was in an uptrend, holding a nice bull flag up here. They just could not make that higher high. So XRT now in a downtrend, but consolidating. Well, they lost the upper third right here, and now if they're going to close up here, that will be regaining that upper third. Still on the bullish side of the midpoint, has not been moving up for a while. Actually, has not been moving up since the 11th of December. It's been struggling to move up. You can see price melted down through the 17 and has yet to recapture the 17 EMA with a green dot there. So just now stuck in a downtrend right now. I'd like to see this kind of find support right on top of these peaks. Maybe bounce back up there. We'll see what happens. So there's XRT, IYT, transports. Transports only got about this low. They didn't do all of this. Transports yesterday. Let's see which one this is. All right, so transports, outside day, higher high, lower low, closing under, actually closing inside a bearish trap or over it. Let me see there, over the bearish trap, underneath the falling 17 EMA. So there's transports in a downtrend. They took out that low, they took out that low, and they took out that low. And they were stuck down here in quadrant 2. They seem to be recovering that in back in quadrant 3. That's a nice sign right there for the transports. That's an all-time high anchored VWAP right there for the transports. Got to get back up to there. Like to see price challenge that area. So there's IYT. Let's take a look at our technical package, our economic package, excuse me. And you can see the dollar ratcheting higher. It's a bull flag right here. Breakout of the bull flag. Closed yesterday's candle right up here around 109.25, 109.22. US dollar bullish. Not good for the markets when the dollar is bullish. Max pain for today is going to be 586. Okay, I think we're already there, 586. And put to call ratio, 3/4 of a put to each call. And that would be for the puts and calls that expire today on this options expiration Friday. Earnings report, nothing really to write home here about. Nothing that's going to move the markets. Okay, nothing at all. Maybe some familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets. And for the 6th, you can see right there, familiar names, nothing that's going to move the markets yet. So I think we get some earnings come after the 15th, and we'll see what we get from that. On the economic calendar, quiet day today as well. We're going to get ISM Manufacturing Index. We're going to get our natural gas report that normally comes out on Thursday. Got pushed back to Friday. A couple of Fed speakers, Mary Daly, Adriana, and Thomas Barkin. Got our gas report and our rig count, and that's it. And then we head off to next week. All right, and the last one. So we did the dollar, we did the max pain, we did the earnings, nothing going on there, and we did the economic calendar. That's it for today. Let's touch base on last one is the game plan. All right, so what we got here is got a 10-minute uptrend. All we need is a green candle. Can't be a topping tail. Can't be a red candle. All right, because the red candle's moving in the wrong direction for a 10-minute uptrend. And it can't be a doji candle. All right, so all we need is a green candle to jump in on the first 10 minutes. All right, that's all we need. Just can't be any one of those 3 candles. After that, we can jump in and stick with the trend. If the 3 crosses the 8, okay, that kills the trend. All right, 3 underneath the 8 would kill the trend right there. All right, so there's our uptrend. There's our uptrend, 10-minute uptrend over the pivot. All right, so all we need is green candle up here over the pivot, and we want to continue our 10-minute uptrend. All right, for the downtrend, Price underneath 583.85. That would be green taking out red, all right, or red taking out green right here. So this would be all of the green, would be all of this area right here from this low. So all of that would be green. So if price gets underneath and erases that green, I'm looking for price to come down here and challenge this consolidation right there. That's where I'd be looking for price to come right into this area right here and challenge that. So underneath 583, if they get through this, we're looking at probably 575. All right, so if they get through underneath 583.85, that's our bearish entry for a move down towards 580. That would be the whole round number. There'll probably be some profit taking at 580. All right, for the bears, so we'll probably get a little bounce. But keep in mind, we were really close here yesterday. All right, so they might have a little pit stop, but don't expect them to hang out here for 2 hours like they did yesterday. They've already been here. They'll probably slide right through with a minor, get a cup of coffee and run. That's all I'm saying, if they happen to make it down here again. Okay, so there's our bearish entry. Our bullish entry, all we need is a green candle. And we do have green erases red. Here's our breakdown candle high right there. Over 588.32 is another bullish entry if this 10-minute uptrend continues to fly higher, all right, or has some continuation. So over 588.32 is the next. Green erases red. This being all of the red right here. We've got a high right there down to this low. So erasing all of that red, that would be a bullish entry right there. The green erases red over our pivot. All right, I'm going to take a break here. I'll see you guys in about 45 minutes. All right, if you got questions, post them up in there. You have the plan for the SPY. All right, I like Friday options. All right, 7 DTEs, that's next Friday, and 14 DTE Friday options. All right, so we'll see what happens. I'll be back in about 45 minutes and we'll kick this thing off. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. Appreciate that.